looks like Tammy Slaton might be in big financial trouble. Ever since she started rehab, she's most likely not been able to hold any kind of job. And even though she's got some income from 1,000-pound sisters, it's definitely not a lot at all. So guys, today we're going to dive into how much she actually makes nowadays, and I think it's going to leave you shocked. Tammy and her sister Amy initially got their start on YouTube all the way back in 2011. After becoming popular on the website, TLC reached out to them to create the show 1,000-Pound Sisters in 2020. Since then, the women have been able to become a household name while also earning some extra cash to support themselves with. But this extra cash isn't nearly enough to live off of. And since Tammy specifically can't keep a more regular job due to her health conditions, a lot of people are wondering just how she makes her money. At first, she was making money off of her YouTube channel, where she has about 150,000 subscribers. Although that isn't much, it was probably enough to make at least a little bit of money off of. Their TLC show only made things better for her as she gained more subscribers and popularity. But Tammy could never catch up to her sister. Amy makes more than Tammy through her YouTube channel, having more than 500,000 subscribers. According to multiple reports, it looks like Amy has an estimated net worth of over $250,000, while Tammy only has an estimated net worth of $100,000. This definitely isn't nothing, but it's also not a lot. YouTube really did seem like a pretty good option for Tammy, but she hasn't really been actively posting on there for about 2 years at this point, so she most likely gets no income from her channel anymore. Like I said though, there's still the show. According to Business Insider, when it comes to TLC shows, a nobody who gets the lower end of the money might make anywhere between $1,500 and $3,000 per episode, while more popular and recurring TLC stars can gain anywhere between $7,000 and $10,000 per episode. Anything more than that would be stepping into Kardashian territory. So it's safe to say that Tammy probably isn't making that much money from TLC. But with the show's popularity, she and Amy definitely make at least something. For the longest time, it was thought that Tammy made about $5,000 per episode, and with 10 to 12 episodes per season, everyone kind of assumed that she was making about $60,000 per season. That sounds pretty good, but it's actually much more complicated than that. It turns out that Amy and Tammy might kind of be getting screwed over by TLC. With this kind of pay, it would be fine if the seasons came out yearly, but they only come out every 18 months or so, which means that it works out to them only getting paid about $33,000 per year. And while Tammy might also be getting some brand deals every once in a while, it just doesn't seem possible for her to support herself off that money alone either. So how else is she making money? I think it's safe to say that the sisters definitely work together to make sure that they're being taken care of. Amy definitely makes more than Tammy, and I think that she probably does everything she can to support her sister. I mean, she was Tammy's main caregiver before the show started. Aside from the obvious reality star and social media hustle, the sisters also make money through meet and greets. Although most of these events have been online, they did actually host one at their local fair, and they charged people for tickets to see them. I have no idea just how much money this kind of thing makes them, but if they're able to do these meet and greets online, then it could be more money for them. And with Tammy being in and out of rehab so much, this seems like a pretty great option. Chatting online for a meet and greet is definitely something she can do from anywhere. On top of that, Amy also has a husband, Michael Halterman. Michael most likely also makes a good amount of extra money from the show. And unlike the sisters, he does have a stable job working as a mill operator at Shamrock Technologies in Kentucky. Or at least he did. There have been some rumors going around recently that Michael might have quit his job. And on top of all that, it looks like he and Amy might have separated. So it's not clear if the sisters can actually rely on him for any kind of income either. While it doesn't seem like they do this kind of thing anymore, Amy and Tammy have also been known to deal in some pretty shady money-making practices in the past. A while ago, Tammy had fallen in the bathroom and then later contracted pneumonia. She was sent to the hospital for breathing problems. So Amy took to her YouTube channel to explain the situation, saying that Tammy was in the hospital and might not make it out alive. So she set up a GoFundMe in order to help pay for Tammy's coffin and other expenses if she were to pass away. And people were very sympathetic to this situation, donating a good amount of money to Amy, who was crying over the situation. But Tammy was obviously able to pull through, and she left the hospital having fully recovered. So what exactly happened to the money? Well, allegedly, the sisters were just using this money to live off of, with Amy most likely giving a portion of it to Tammy. Although the GoFundMe has since been taken down, there's no doubt that they made a decent amount from it. And unsurprisingly, they got some serious backlash for this, with many people feeling like the sisters had scammed them out of their money. Some even thought that Tammy might not have been close to losing her life at all, and that the sisters only pretended like she was almost gone to gain more sympathy and make more money. And while there's no doubt that she really was in the hospital at the time, it's tough to say just how serious the situation was, especially since medical records are private and the only ones who would have access to that information just can't be trusted anymore. This definitely changed things for the sisters moving forward though, with people being more hesitant to give them money after the whole thing went down. And now many people have branded them as scam artists. That said, Tammy Tammy and Amy have always had a difficult time with money growing up, so it's possible that they just didn't see it as a scam at all. Maybe they saw it as more of a hustle since the money was raised for if Tammy were to pass away, which she never did. So the people who were donating didn't know that there was a possibility she could pull through. So Amy and Tammy can kind of get off on a technicality there. And with all that being said, it does actually seem like that scam is in the past now, and like they've since been making money in a more respectable way. But the issue with that is that despite all their efforts, they're probably not making enough money to live off of it all. That makes me pretty concerned for them, and I really feel like TLC should start paying them more, especially since they're on one of their biggest shows. But what do you guys think? Do you think that they're making enough money to support themselves? And do you think that they have other secret ways to make money that they just aren't telling us about? Let me know in the comments below.